Sea of waving hands.
What about Andy Katz, who's right in front of him?
Look out, Filipowski!
The Blue Devils might once again have the #1 pick in Kyle Filipowski. He's a 7-foot center with a ton of skill, but the Detroit Pistons already have a promising center on the roster in Jalen Duren. So should they even bother taking a look at Flip with their pick? Today, we'll break down Kyle Filipowski's game and see if he fits with the Detroit Pistons. On offense, Kyle Filipowski is a force because he can affect the game in a bunch of different ways. He's had the responsibility of carrying Duke's offense and he's been able to pull it off. Now, why is that? Well, Flip has great handles which allow him to get to his spots on the floor. A player this tall able to get downhill is a problem for any defense, and once in the paint, Kyle has a good amount of post moves to score.
Filipowski with Federico defending. Henson stood, took it, blocked.
Need a three. They just need a quick score.
There's 1 minute to play.
Filipowski will get it, and it's 75-70.
Filipowski backs down, one-on-one. Filipowski, the drop step and the finish.
This ability to dominate the paint leads him to getting double teamed. Once this happens, Flip is able to showcase his playmaking abilities. At this height, he can see over the defense, finding open teammates easily while in the post.
Lost that battle.
Filipowski wants it. Drives on Reeves. Kicks for Proctor. He's got another.
35%. Houston is shooting it at 40%. Inside. Big finish.
The Pistons have had a couple of post players like Marvin Bagley and James Wiseman, but those two were always looking to score once they were in the paint. With Flip, he's a dual threat. He's got the ability to collapse the defense and then find open shooters. The final part of Kyle Filipowski's game on offense is his three-point shooting. He has no problem running the pick and pop as he's shooting 35% from beyond the arc. In most games I watched, Flip made like wide open threes, like they were layups. Especially when the game was on the line, he becomes prime Dirk.
Indeed. Nothing cooking right now. Roach trying to fake kick. Filipowski peeks at the clock. Shot clock winding down. The jumper goes. A bailout. Have we seen a few of those?
The three has to come into play someplace here.
Here's Foster trying to get to the basket. Kicks for Filipowski. He'll launch and hit.
Three in mid-range will be there for him anytime he wants.
Filipowski answers.
All this spacing would allow Cade, Ivy, and Asar to attack the rim whenever they want it. In fact, Asar would no longer have to stand on the perimeter. He could either run the pick and roll or initiate it. Moving on to defense, where Kyle Filipowski will force a lot of turnovers. For a big, he gets a lot of steals, which leads to fast break opportunities. Then on top of that, being 7 feet tall allows him to be a shot blocker, so a lot of people got sent to the shadow round.
Flip.
Rydell back in. Filipowski in the game. Erased. Filipowski
sets the screen for Sturdivant. Filipowski the pick. Filipowski Euro to the cup.
This is how the four-guard
Just 3 points total his last 2 games. Claude met at the rim by Filipowski.
As we just seen there, Flip has no problem protecting the basket and securing extra possessions for his team. Speaking of extra possessions, Flip is a good rebounder. He averaged about 8 a game and would frequently be on double-double watch. So he's a player who's going to stuff the stat sheet on a nightly basis. At the free throw line, Kyle Filipowski is below average, about 67% from the stripe. Not ideal as he's going to be fouled a lot. He's already getting fouled a lot in college, so same thing is going to happen once he gets to the league. He'll need to improve from the stripe or teams are just going to hack him once he catches the ball. The Detroit Pistons will need to develop one part of Flip's game, which is his post defense. In the tourney, we all saw him get absolutely cooked by DJ Burns, and unfortunately for Flip, in the NBA there's more DJ Burns and they have a lot more skill, including Joker, Bam, Embiid, Sengun, Giannis, you got Zion as well in there. These will be the guys Flip will have to try and stop on a nightly basis. So his post defense has to improve if he's going to be our defensive anchor. Off the court, Kyle Filipowski doesn't seem to stray far away from basketball. We can see him here on the sideline for a senior game, and he was pretty hyped.
Our identity is defense. And big boys like a mitt right here. And one! Yeah, you'll be fine.
You gotta change my diaper.
I do. I am not looking forward to that. That's okay, we'll make this three. We'll make this three. We'll make this three. We'll make this three.
Final note on Flip is that 2 years ago he played in the 3v3 FIBA tournament for Team USA. Dude was pulling up all type of moves. He even threw it off the backboard to himself. Okay, he was on one. And in the end, he led that team to a gold medal for Team USA. So my final verdict for Kyle Filipowski's fit with the Detroit Pistons is an A+. If we're talking about unlocking our roster, I feel like having a center who can stretch the floor would do that. Flip would come in, take a ton of pressure off Cade Cunningham on the offensive side of the floor, while also elevating guys around him with his passing, including Asar Thompson, who would no longer have to take a ton of outside shots, which helps out our defense. It's no secret that we're a better team when Asar is on the floor. And looking at all the teams that are trending up, they all have one thing in common, which is a skilled center. You got Joker and Joel at the top of the mountain right now. Then after that, you got Wemby, Chet, and Sengun. Those three are now knocking on the door. The Pistons need to get on the skill big wave, and I feel like Flip fits the bill. And that wraps up this video. We missed out on the last Blue Devil star in Bankero. Hopefully our luck changes this time around. Up next, we look to Tennessee. There we'll find a prospect in Dalton Connect. If you've seen highlights of this guy, you know he's solid. So we'll break down his game here soon. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more Pistons content. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.